Hey, Steffany in Manassas, Virginia. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your Polo Ralph Lauren. This is the, before I forget, here is your case. Here is your Polo cleaning cloth, which is actually one of the largest cleaning cloths that any of the designers give you. And of course, I'm going to set this down and out of the way. This is your frame, which is the Polo. Let's take the protective sleeve off. They put that on there so the temples don't rub together during shipping. I'm going to take that off for now. And this is the Polo 8514 color 501, which is the highway that runs through my hometown. And this is the 47 eye size classic shiny black frame from Ralph Lauren Polo. It has the spring hinges, and can you believe in this day and age you get a genuine authentic Polo frame with prescription lenses for $110 sent right to your home. But today you are. So I'm going to take out the original demo lenses. One of them says the Polo Ralph Lauren. I'm going to take these out and put them on the counter. And let me move my camera down. And I'm going to put your Polo frame into my $30,000 Santinelli. This is the LE1000 patternless edger. And the stylus is going to come up and trace the shape of the left lens, and it's going to move over and trace the shape of the right. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Polo frame, and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses, or if you want, non-prescription fashion lenses. Anyone who has vision insurance or a health savings account flex dollars, and you want something to wear, well, my receipt has my federal ID tax number, so you will be reimbursed with your purchase. So let's go ahead and pull up the shape of your lens onto the computer. Your PD is 54. Let me put this in here. We're gonna go small. Here we are, 54. These are polycarbonate lenses being cut for a Xyle frame, which is just an old school name for plastic. So your right eye is a -150 sphere, your left eye is a -175 sphere. That's your left eye. Let me pull up your right, and actually let me get your original demo lenses. I will be mailing you all the original manufacturer's packaging. So I'm going to put your lens into my Marco 101 lensometer. I'm going to put the power drum on -150. I'm going to put your lens in and rotate it till I find the optical center. This is a good time for you to look at all the dust that's on the top of my lensometer. Normally I would clean that off, but I've just been too busy, so I put a dot on there, which, now that I've located the optical center of the lens, is too light for you to see, so that's why I darkened it. I'm going to put an R on there for right. I'm going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Put this in. The power of the left eye is -175, so I've turned the power drum to -175. And I'm going to put a dot on there as well, and then darken that dot. I'm going to put an L on there, which stands for not right, just like me. So this is a block, or as I like to say, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to the lens while it is cutting. So I need a double-sided adhesive sticker. And where am I going to get one at this hour? Hey, 75 degrees in my hometown. Well, don't you know, out of Minnesota, 3M, the same people who make who make Post-it notes, make double-sided adhesive stickers. I'm gonna put the block in the blocker, pull off one of these stickers. The black side is the sticky side. Excuse me. I'm gonna stick that onto the block, pull the tape away to make my side sticky. And now what I'm looking into is just like a crosshairs of a scope. I have a vertical meridian and a horizontal one, and I want to get that red dot. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to put that red dot in the middle of those crosshairs, because that is your optical center, and that's going to sit directly in front of your pupil. Now let me do the same thing for the left lens. I'm going to put the double-sided adhesive sticker onto the block, pull the tape away, get that lined up in the crosshairs of the scope, and now we're dead center on that lens. So I want to take your right lens and put it into the chuck, or as I like to say, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. I know, really bad humor, but you're stuck with me. Don't worry, I won't quit my day job. I am a professional optician. I'm just not very funny. But the first thing that's going to happen is these calipers are going to come down. It's going to trace the shape of the right side of your frame, starting on the concave surface, which is the rear surface closest to your eyelashes. Then it's going to move over and trace the convex front surface of the lens, all the while measuring the thickness at every point of the lens to know exactly where to place the bevel so it fits best inside the frame. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom left. It's that lighter color wheel that's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. And this wheel in the center with that little channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it'll stay inside the frame. I will have to close the door in a moment due to the sound. But I just wanted you to see as your prescription lens touches down onto the cutting wheel. Now your lenses are made out of polycarb. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is also virtually unbreakable, as well as being bulletproof up to 22 caliber. It also has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lenses. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Now your lenses, as I mentioned, are polycarb, but they're also aspheric. Aspheric simply means not round. Something spherical is a basketball that is completely round in every direction. Aspheric just means much flatter, so not only is it thinner, but the curvature is much, much flatter. A round lens, a spherical lens, will give you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance in your frame. You will not get that. These lenses are going to be very flat and fit into the frame very well. So it's actually getting the bevel put on there now and peeling away what's known as Schwarf. If you notice, there is water running in the background, only to collect dust, where plastic and polycarbonate cut, plastic and high index plastic cut wet, but polycarbonate cuts dry. And you can see some of this white material. Let me wash that off back there. That is called Schwarf. Now for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, these 2 water jets, one in the front and one in the rear, are going to wash away any of that optical sawdust. Now when you buy glasses online, people will charge you for your prescription lenses in plastic. If you want to upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof polycarbonate, you have to pay an upgrade fee. When you want the aspheric lenses, you have to pay a third fee for that. You have to pay for the plastic, pay for the poly, and then pay to have the aspheric lenses. This is my competition's premium high-end lens. Well, you get this for free just for buying the frame, and that includes a Polo frame that is just barely over $100. And of course, free shipping right to your home. Can I say that enough? So I want to dry your lens off so it's not slippery as I continue to work on it. And I'm just about to mount it. But like me, your lens has some rough edges. These I can do something about. Mine, not so much. But I want to smooth these out using my handstone. And my handstone is completely flat. I can put my finger on it while it's running. My finger gets warm due to the friction. But it's that friction that allows me to apply what's known as the safety bevel. Not only have I smoothed those out, I've literally melted them. And this white powdery substance, again, that's the Schwarf. And I use my thumbnail to scrape all of this off of your lens. And I do this so much, I've worn a V-shaped bevel onto my thumbnail. So Steffany, you're the reason I can't have a nice thumbnail. I'm the reason I can't have one on this side. You're the reason I can't have one on this side. But once that is all off your lens and onto the counter, I carefully and very responsibly collect it into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Because this is where I say, kids, stay in school. I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like that. So kids, when you grow up and you want to make a mess, you gotta stay in school. So let's go ahead and get your lens mounted. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner of the frame first, which is closest to me. Then using my thumbs, push down and it snaps right into the frame. I'm going to do the same thing now for the left lens. I'm going to flip that over to L, which stands for not right, just like me. And then I hit the start button. This time the caliper is going to come down, but they're going to trace the shape of the left side of the frame this time to make sure the lens is large enough to fit into this frame. Always starting with the rear surface, the concave surface, before moving over and tracing the convex side of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. Unless I can think of something else. Nope, can't think of it. My witty well has run dry. So I'm going to set your frame right there, and once your left lens begins cutting, I will continue to work on your right. Go. And cut. Not cut the video, cut the lens. So this block is no longer needed. I'm going to take this off, and this is my deblocking tool. It looks like a duck. At least I think it does, but maybe I'm working too late. But I'm going to remove that, take the sticker off, dry everything off, and I'm going to keep that red dot on there to measure something in a moment, but I'm going to put that red dot in front of my viewfinder and verify that this is minus 150, which is exactly halfway between 1 and 2. The way your prescription is, your right eye is minus 150 and the left is 175. You've heard of ounces, gallons, and pounds. Well, the unit of measurement we have in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, and everything is in quarter increments starting at 0, known as plano, better off known as non-prescription, and goes up from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150, 175, 2, and so on. So for your right eye, you need 6 steps of correction for your farsightedness. You are nearsighted. You can see up close great, but you just can't see far away. So you're on the 6th rung of a ladder for your right eye. You actually need an additional step for your left. Without your glasses on, things are much larger than they really appear. Like these guns, boom, boom, boom. But when you put your glasses on, they shrink down to the little chicken wing size that they really are. So that's all you need. You need glasses just to minify at a distance so things aren't too large and too blurry. And that is that. Of course, this is the Polo 8514, color 501, and the 47 eye size, shipped right to your home. I also provide instructions on how to care for your Polo cleaning cloth, so it will last you for years, as well as your case and your eyeglasses. No other seller is doing that. I also include a photo request to have your picture on the website. I started taking pictures of my patients when they came to pick up their prescription glasses, and it's fun, especially if I'm doing a repair, tightening a screw, or adjusting a frame. It gives them time to look at all the pictures on the digital picture frame, and hopefully someone tries to recognize each other, or if nothing else, they see a pair of glasses that they like. But it's the same thing. I would love to have your picture on the website, so feel free to submit to the photo request. And that way you can tell everyone that you're a Polo model. Alright, so let me smooth off the rough edges. And scrape that off. And once it's all off your lens and on the counter, I collect it. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Kids, watch this behind the back. Woo! See, you'll learn that in school. Look at that technique. Kids, stay in school. How many times I gotta tell you? So, I'm gonna tuck it into the outside corner, then using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. Come on, go in there. It doesn't want to go, so I'm going to take it down a little bit more. The golden rule, you can always cut more off of a lens. You can never add it back on. Your left lens is just a hair stronger than your right, so that's the discrepancy. But I'm going to take it down 1/10 of a millimeter. A millimeter, to all my American friends who have no clue what that is. It is the distance between my thumbnails. I'm going to take 1/10 of that distance that you see off the circumference of your lens until it easily mounts into the frame. The reason I do that is I do not want to force the lens in there. It will cause your frame to stretch, and that's just a bad cosmetic thing. But since I'm a one-man operation and I control every aspect of cutting the lenses, I'm going to make sure it is perfect. Trust me, you want a perfectionist cutting your lenses. This is something you're going to wear every waking minute of the day, and just so you see your best, as well as look your best. So once this is done with its bath, I'll get it mounted into the frame. Hey, that reminds me, I need to take a bath. You know, I was looking for a sign, and this is it. Okay, I'm going to take it out of the chuck. Of course, as I say, the Charlie. How's that for a happy medium? I've taken the lens out of the Charlie. I'm going to close the Charlie. I'm going to open the Charlie back up. Okay, back to the handstone. And my wife complains about me throwing the stuff on the floor, so I want you to see how far I have to go to throw this away. Follow me. Once this is collected into my hand, I'm going to walk to the trash can. Now, who has time to do that? You see how far that is? Can't you see how much easier it is just to wipe that on the floor? Sorry, honey. Oops, sorry, honey. So, hey, the clown gets to laugh while he's at work too. So, tuck the lens in at the outside corner and using my thumbs, push down at the nose. It's just hard with the little block there, but it goes in. And let me use my little quacker to take the block off. Break that traction Let me dry this off. I'm going to put the left lens, that red dot, into my viewfinder, and I'm getting minus 175, which is 1 tick mark away from 2, so that is cut perfectly. Your pupillary distance is 54. I'm going to place the 0 on my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens, and when we hold it up to the left lens, we are getting 54 millimeters, which is the distance from one eye to the other, and that is cut perfectly. Now, one more thing I want to do, apart from cleaning the red dots off your lenses, is mention that when you get these in the mail, and if they feel loose or they feel tight, or more realistically if one side is higher than the other, that's because 90% of people have one ear that's higher than the other, and that's why 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm still going to get them in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I press mine down on the counter, they definitely wobble, but they sit level on me. But I'm just going to flip them over, make sure there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap on top of each other and they're not crooked, and they do. The same amount of tension on each spring hinge, and there is. And oh, by the way, this is going to be your cleaning cloth that I provide, which has a link to my website. And of course, I pre-test every cleaning cloth before I ship. I just want to make sure it works before I send it to you, and that way it keeps the wear and tear down on mine. But that's that. So Steffany, I really appreciate it. You could have bought your glasses anywhere, but you bought them from the guy who gives you free prescription lenses. Well played, madam. But if anyone has any questions about what I can and can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or simply click the contact me button on the website. But again, Steffany, I hope you enjoyed watching as I made prescription lenses for your Polo 8514, color 501 in the 47 eye size. And everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.